Wouldn't it be great if there are no limitations and or hurdles in the production of batteries? Unfortunately, that is not the case, since we are bound to our own environment in all its aspects, with us creating our own limitations, which can be defined in certain, call it, additional aspects. Then, what additional aspects do we need to take into account? Evaluation of critical elements, substances, its scarcity, mining of these elements, geopolitical situations, sustainable mining, competition with other disciplines like food industry, solar cells, and legal aspects. Actually, it would be better to bring the sustainable mining under the legal aspects, because we are posing the rules for what we believe is sustainable mining. But before we will see this, we first must see what is in a battery, and in that respect, the situation is merely critical for lithium-ion batteries rather than for other systems. Thus, we will only focus on this type of battery and see where it is made from. So let's see what's in a battery. It is composed of a negative electrode, typically made from lithium, silicon, carbon, lithium titanium oxide, copper and aluminum current collector, and positive electrodes using transition metal oxides or phosphates containing cobalt, nickel, iron, manganese, etc. An electrolyte that usually has a salt lithium hexafluorophosphate in organic carbonate compounds, and a separator of polyethylene and propylene. A binder material made of PVDF, a fluor-containing plastic or carboxymethylcellulose, typically CMC called, everything sealed in a metallic casing of stainless steel or in stable plastics. According to a Bloomberg study, the growth in materials for lithium-ion batteries will exponentially grow in the next coming years. Clearly, the materials requirements depends on the system we are going to use most. Lithium manganese oxide, lithium cobalt oxide, lithium nickel oxide, or any combinations of these various NMC materials, where NMC stands for nickel, manganese and cobalt, and can be found in various concentrations today. Whatever the material will be in the battery, it will anyhow put pressure on the availability of these materials for the production. This holds also for other materials used in the batteries such as copper, aluminum and carbons. It is for this reason that particularly the European Commission defined a list of critical raw materials. Therefore, countless materials found in everyday products are now referred as critical. Critical is not only referring to scarcity of materials or limitations in product rate, but also on geopolitical issues. This means that there is a risk of their supply failure, and they are also critical in terms of economic importance. These critical raw materials are typically split up in elements and ores, where the elements it is important whether it is a battery grade. For silicon, there is a special position with respect to use, as we will see in a minute. But coming back to the geopolitical situation, we have to find out where are the materials mined or produced. Looking at the map of the world, then we see that most of the important battery materials are mined in the southern hemisphere, except for graphite, which is mainly coming from China. Lithium is mined almost solely in Australia and South America, nickel in East Asia, manganese and cobalt in the southern parts of Africa. Another issue, partly related to the critical raw materials, is the competition with other disciplines. With respect to silicon, a material that might be used as a replacement for the negative electrode material, which today is mainly a carbonaceous compound, is clearly in competition with the solar cell industry. Another less obvious element is phosphorus. Phosphorus is an important nutrient for our bones, and often it is said, do not compete with the food industry, as this will give severe problems everywhere. Unfortunately, Mother Nature does not recycle phosphorus in a closed loop. Hence, once dumped in wastewater or wherever, it seems to be gone forever. This means that using phosphorus, we ourselves have to recycle it, which is another topic of the additional aspects.